Greetings. I'm Christina Kaburski, President of Highland Community College. I am very pleased and excited to welcome all of you to Highland Community College's 58th Annual Commencement Ceremony. This celebration represents a very important milestone in the lives of over 275 people graduating with a degree or certificate from Highland. Although not all have chosen to participate in the ceremony, they all proudly join over 17,500 individuals who have earned Highland degrees or certificates. At Highland, we recognize that we are here first and foremost for our students. We are a student-centered institution, firmly dedicated to lifelong learning. As such, commencement ceremonies would not be complete without hearing from a member of our student body. We have with us today an individual who is an excellent choice to represent our students. Michael Sherman grew up in Davis, Illinois, and graduated from Dakota High School before joining the Army. After he left the military, he worked various jobs around Freeport, from lumberyard worker at Menards to an administrative assistant at Northwestern Illinois Community Action Agency. He decided to pursue higher education again in late 2019 and started attending classes at Highland in spring 2020. One of the classes he attended was Harry Bodell's speech class, and Harry convinced Michael to join the Forensics Club. Michael tried most of the available events, but debate was his favorite. At Phi Rho Pi this year, he received a gold medal for IDPA, International Public Debate Associate, the first gold medal for Highland in 25 years, as well as a bronze in impromptu speech. Also this year, Michael and his debate partner, Shirley Huno, were the tournament champions of parliamentary debate at the Gorlock Gala event, the first time for Highland to win this tournament. Michael plans to pursue his bachelor's degree at Northern Illinois University, where he will continue with forensics and major in English. Please welcome Michael Sherman.
To the students, faculty, and administration of Highland Community College, I'd like to say thank you and congratulations. My name is Michael Sherman. I am an English major, and I'm graduating with an Associate of Arts and an Associate of Science. I'm also a member of the forensics team and Phi Theta Kappa, a student worker for financial aid and admissions, and a non-traditional student. I began my journey at Highland in 2014 before deciding to join the military. After serving for 2 years, I decided to come back and finish my associate's degree, and I'm excited to make it to the finish line with everyone here today. In a way, I believe non-traditional applies to all of us because this has been a school year unlike any other. But we made it. We persevered, we pushed ourselves, and we powered through it. This class, these faculty, and this administration have all shown that they have what it takes to adapt to any challenge and overcome any obstacle in the pursuit of bettering themselves and helping others to do the same. It has taken so much work for all of us to make it here, but I have been privileged to see firsthand the best of the Highland community as we pushed ourselves towards the finish line and helped to carry each other across it. It was no easy path. We had to tackle hardships that no other Highland generation has faced, from distance learning to an international pandemic. And while some of us called it quits, we stuck it out. We never let what we can't control interfere with what we can. Despite the risks and uncertainty, we made it. I know that I'll always remember the hurdles I've crossed, but I think I'll remember the victories along the way even more. Not just graduating, but the friends I've made and the classes I've enjoyed, and the laughs and memories that will stick with me for the rest of my life. I know I will always think fondly of my time at Highland. But the road doesn't end here. Many of us will be moving on to new careers, but many of us will also be moving on to the next step of our education. And I know that we all have what it takes to be successful in any endeavor, because this year has shown that we will. We've all learned that we can roll with the punches and take whatever life has to throw at us. Now, more than ever, we have been forced to adopt the life skills that we will need in an uncertain and very different world. But I have no doubt that all of us have what it takes to realize our goals and make it to the next finish line, and the next finish line, and the next. Remember, we made it here, and it is the first great step that is the hardest. Success is a matter of commitment and hard work, something we're not in short supply of here today. I can't wait to see what that commitment and hard work brings each of us on the way to the next finish line. Along the way, don't forget to stop and look back with pride on the marks you've already made. Congratulations, Highland Class of 2021, and go Cougars!
It is now my pleasure to introduce to you our commencement speaker, Dr. Jim Reed, Executive Director of the Illinois Community College Trustees Association. James Jim Reed, Jr. became the Illinois Community College Trustees Association's 6th Executive Director on July 15, 2019. Prior to joining ICCTA, Jim served as Director of Government Relations for the Illinois Education Association, which represents 131,000 teachers and education support professionals across the state of Illinois. He also served as Deputy Legislative Director for Attorney General Lisa Madigan from 2002 to 2006, and as Legislative Director for Citizen Action Illinois. Jim attended the United States Military Academy at West Point, New York, and graduated from the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, where he received a BS degree. He received a Juris Doctorate from the Hamline University School of Law in St. Paul, Minnesota. Upon completion of his studies, Jim worked as a judicial clerk for the Michigan Supreme Court under Dennis Archer and Conrad Mallett, Jr. Please welcome Dr. Jim Reed.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity to be with you and share in this momentous occasion. I want to thank President Dr. Chris Skoberski and Board Chair Jim Endres for the invitation to speak. You know, we had originally made plans to do this about a year ago, but I think you know what happened. Graduates, congratulations on what you have already accomplished in your lives. You've exerted a lot of hard work and dedicated yourselves to completion of your studies here at Highland. The fact that you are graduating from a community college reflects your acumen for rational thinking and financial management. Chairman Endres had envisioned me addressing graduates at an in-person ceremony last spring. However, a virus unlike we had ever seen in our lifetime descended upon us and changed us for the better and for the worse. We will be dealing with the ramifications of the virus for a long time to come, and I hope that our colleges and institutions of higher learning will be intentional about addressing the mental well-being of their students. As I have tried to cope with my own feelings and emotions during this pandemic, I found this phrase to be particularly calming and reassuring. It's okay if you were hopeful last week, but are afraid this week. Neither emotion invalidates the other, and neither makes you weak or foolish. A famous historical figure once said, "Every dream begins with a great dreamer." Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars and change the world. Now, I know when some of you hear a quote like that from a, quote, historical figure, you roll your eyes and think, I'm just not going to be one of those people. But I say, why not? I want to take a few minutes to talk to you about a personal journey. It may be a simple one, but is one that I believe illustrates a message that I hope will resonate with you when you leave here today, and maybe even as you embark on your next endeavors. I've always been physically active, hiking, used to play basketball in the morning before legislative session, jogging, and my real passion, which is golf. So it was a little unsettling back in 2012 when I began to notice a stiffness in my left hip when I went to make a full golf swing. I battled through it and made so many adjustments until my swing really didn't look like a golf swing at all, sort of like a Charles Barkley kind of swing of old. So I went to my surgeon, and after several assessments, we determined that the only real solution was surgery. I was eager to get it over with and get back to a pain-free round of golf back on the links. That was my goal, to play unencumbered by the spring of 2013. At about the same time this was going on, we were in the process of adopting what ended up being 2 boys from Ghana. The time frame on the adoption process sort of seemed to ebb and flow, but hadn't really played into my planning for the hip surgery. In the spring of 2013, we made our first trip to Ghana. As I sat in my coach seat for the 15-hour trip, I began to feel the discomfort of my decision not to get my hip repaired prior to the trip. Once we got there and met the boys, we were overcome with great joy. However, I was again reminded of my short-sighted decision about my hip. Before me were two wide-eyed, energetic boys, aged 9 and 6, eager to meet their new family and do everything, being picked up, carried on shoulders, running, playing sandlot soccer, you name it. I did the best I could, and I know that for the most part they were not aware of my limitations, but I was. We ended up going back 5 months later to bring the boys to their new home in Springfield, Illinois. At the end of the day, I had to put off the surgery until April of 2014. Well, you may say, why did it matter? What I realized is that despite all the planning I had done to get myself prepared for the golf season in 2013, I hadn't prepared for what really mattered, the ability to fully engage at a critical time. It was a life-changing and emotionally fulfilling experience, but if I had prepared for the unexpected, or even broadened my vision of the benefits of not putting off my surgery, the trip and experience could have been even more memorable. Fast forward 6 years to 2019. That old, familiar, uncomfortable feeling began to arise in my right hip, but this time I was going to be prepared. I went to see my surgeon, and even though he had talked of retiring, I made plans to have one of his protégés perform the surgery just in case his desire to golf and travel around the world exceeded his desire to perform a second hip surgery on me. Well, as it turned out, retirement won the day, but so did COVID. This time, I took into account the other factors as it related to my surgeon and even to some extent the pandemic and the limitations that elective surgery presented. I prepared myself physically and made sure that I was in the best position to have the surgery done on an outpatient basis. I had the surgery in 2021, actually just a few weeks ago. My boys are now 17 and 14, and they are eager to get me out on the basketball court to show me what they can do. This time, I will be ready to fully engage with them. As for you, I hope that you understand that with the kind of determination you have already exhibited, mapping out a plan for your future success and planning for the unexpected, you can be as aspirational as that historical figure I mentioned at the beginning. By the way, that person was Harriet Tubman. Graduates, this is your time to make a difference in the world. As you ponder what it is you want to do so with passion, vigor, and commitment. You have been well equipped here at Highland with most of the tools that you will need to be successful. The rest of them you will develop over time. But remember, nothing is beyond your grasp. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. I will now recognize honor students and candidates for certificates and degrees. As part of commencement, it is appropriate to honor and congratulate the entire graduating class of 2021 for their academic achievement. They are completers of degrees and certificate programs that they chose to meet their individual educational goals. Students earning special academic honors are listed in your program. Many of our graduates have earned membership in Phi Theta Kappa, the National Honor Society for Community Colleges. They are wearing gold stoles with their gowns. Two of our Phi Theta Kappa graduates, Ms. Haley Broody and Ms. Jenna Dial, were named to the Phi Theta Kappa All-Illinois Academic Team. Highland's Honors Program seeks to provide eligible students with an enhanced academic experience. To be eligible for the Honors Program, a student must be pursuing a degree or certificate and meet one of the following admissions criteria: an ACT composite score of 25 or greater, or an SAT score of 1200 or greater, or have graduated in the top 10% of their high school graduating class, or have completed 12 or more credit hours of formally articulated college-level coursework with a 3.5 to 4.0 grade point average. To earn honors credit, students complete academic-based projects in selected courses. These projects are designed to enhance the students' written and/or oral communication skills, research skills, and critical thinking skills. Those students who complete 12 credit hours or more of honors courses and maintain a 3.5 to 4.0 grade point average receive the honors program designation on their transcript and are wearing blue and orange honors cords. We recognize the students and congratulate them who have completed the honors program requirements. Graduates who earned an associate's degree and attained a grade of B+ are wearing white cords. The magna cum laude list designates an average of A achievement. These students are wearing silver cords. And finally, students who received a grade of A in all courses taken are listed as summa cum laude. They are wearing gold cords. Listed in your program are all of the members of the 2021 graduating class, arranged by the type of degree or certificate earned. Highland Community College offers the choice of 5 associate degrees and numerous certificates. At this time, we formally recognize the 2021 graduating class as candidates for the degrees and certificates to be conferred. Mr. Indris, on behalf of the faculty of Highland Community College, it is with great pride and pleasure that I present to you the graduating class of 2021. Each candidate's record has been carefully reviewed and certified by the Director of Enrollment and Records, Mr. Jeremy Brott, as meeting the requirements for the degree or certificate to be awarded. Highland Community College is granting several one-year certificates and 5 associate degrees at this 58th annual commencement ceremony. The Associate of Science, Associate of Engineering Science, Associate of Arts, Associate of General Studies, and Associate of Applied Science. Mr. Indris, Chair of the Highland Community College Board of Trustees, will now confer the degrees and certificates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Illinois and the Board of Illinois Community College District number 519, I confer upon you a 1- or 2-year certificate or the appropriate associate degree that you are qualified to receive. Associate of Science, Associate of Engineering Science, Associate of Arts, Associate of General Studies, or Associate of Applied Science.
Ms. Liz Gerber, Vice President of Student Development and Support Services, will now read the names of the candidates. Ms. Gerber?
Breanne Adamson, Hannah Alber, Aphrodita Aliu, Walker Arend, Zaria Arjan, Emma Arnold, Cavassier Barber, Crystal Bartel, Reagan Bass, Dalton Becker, Brennan Bolt, Hannah Bolt, Isabella Bonetta, Amaya Bouvet, Alexis Brashaw, Lindsay Brinkmeyer, Tyler Brogy, Haley Broody, Elizabeth Bruner, Spencer Brunton, Josie Bunker, Navier Kane, Juliana Campbell, Micah Castle, Jessica Charneski, Tori Korp, Lori Davis. Megan Davis. Jenna Deal. Angela Evans. Nicholas Eggy. Mackenzie Endress. Rosemarie Evans. Lexis Evenson. Maureen Nolene Aze. Charlize Faulkner. Susan Fish. Isabel Foltz. Samuel Jeffrey. Alyssa Glover. Alana Green. Jordan Green. Allie Hansen. Sydney Hangay. Jeremiah Herman. Lisette Herrera. Takesha Haran. Ethan Hill. Dominique Highland. Taylor Holland. Shirley Hunu. Samantha Hughes. Benjamin Hunziker. Grant Iskey. Cassandra Johnson. Kirsten Jordan. Allison Kale. Jacob Kleckner. Alasia Clipping. Ethan Closa. Micah Knauer. Catherine Knight. Ashley Lamb. Haley Lance. Alida Lee. Lyndon Legal. Mahela Leverton. Sophia Lichty. Lydia Lott. Anna Marinello. Casey McCauley. Kaylee Meyer. Sarah Myers. Benjamin Mitchell. Caden Moyer. Devin Murray. Kayla Neighbor. Colton Neubauer. Roberta O'Brien. Caleb Oliva. Holly Olson. Elizabeth Oltmans. Ashlina Parnell. Nicole Pavino. McKenna Peart. Sydney Pedersen. Jennifer Pitsley. Shelby Ratchie, Skylar Regas, Addie Rice, Jennifer Rizzo, Tiara Robinson, Emily Romero, Evan Ruthie, Molly Sager, Stephanie Slasher, Michael Sherman, Mary Beth Simler, Hayden Singley, Maggie Sosnowski, Noah Spockman, Jarrett Spangler, Isaac Stottle, Madison Steffen, Catherine Stevens, Katrina Stevens, Austin Strite, Katrina Sugarow, Seraphine Swalve, Heather Swanson, Dale Truman, Jasmine Beasley, Ann Vertal, Robert Walker, Isabel Wand, Jamie Watson, Abigail Weber, Hannah Waisner, Rachel Young.
Graduates, it is at this point in the ceremony that I would normally ask you to transfer your tassel from the right side to the left side, signifying attainment of your degree. So please do the ceremonial tassel transfer at this time. Graduates, we recognize that the 2020-2021 academic year and this ceremony are not what you originally envisioned, but we celebrate your commitment and perseverance during this challenging time. This will contribute to your emerging leadership skills as you move on to the next stage of life. We hope you recommend Highland Community College to your family and friends and share your Highland experiences with others. We are glad you have chosen Highland and look forward to seeing you thrive in your future. This concludes our virtual ceremony. Congratulations to all the graduates.